Sleep. It is a super important part of our lifestyle. Like one of the top things on the human pyramid of needs. We all need sleep or else bad things will happen. What kind of bad things, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you in this episode. My name is Cornelia Audrey here for FTD Facts. Now, let's get to business. Sleep. You need it. Like you need water, like you need food, like you need air. And a lot of things will happen if you don't get enough of it. But first, I want to ask you, how much sleep do you need in a night? Myself, I always try to run on as little bit of sleep as possible, but it fails every time. You need 8 hours a night. That's what most studies show. Myself, I can run on between 6 and 9. All right, getting to business. Fact number 1. Many studies have shown how the lack of sleep can actually affect people. There are variations in the severity of lack of sleep. The most severe case was a 17-year-old boy who went days without sleep and started to suffer from certain symptoms. By the second day, his eyelids stopped focusing and he lost the ability to identify certain objects. And by day 3, he was moody and uncoordinated. And by the end of the test, which spanned over 11 days, he actually had trouble with his short-term memory and started hallucinating. 11 days, that's a terrifyingly long time without sleep. Long-term sleep loss can actually affect hormonal imbalances, can cause illness, and in very severe cases can actually lead towards death. A sleep study in the US showed that 30% of adults were actually sleep deprived. And compared to that, adolescents were 66% sleep deprived, which can have massive effects on our mental and physical health. The average adult needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, whereas the average adolescent actually needs up to 10 hours of sleep per night for all that brain building. Are you getting enough sleep? When we lose our regular sleep pattern, learning, memory, and mood reaction time are all affected. And sleepless nights have been linked to diabetes and obesity. In 2014, a devoted soccer fan died after staying awake for 48 hours to watch the World Cup. Okay, his death was connected to a stroke, but many studies actually show that if you chronically sleep less than 6 hours a night, your chances of having a stroke are 4.5 times more likely than people who get enough sleep. Insomnia. Have you ever heard of this challenging condition? Well, it affects so many people around the world. It's a rare genetic mutation called fatal familial insomnia, where people can't sleep at all. And if it gets progressively worse over months or years, it can lead to dementia and death. People begin to feel tired with their environmental surroundings. Let's say you're living in darkness. You're probably going to be more tired. And then also by brain chemicals actually telling us we're getting tired. While we're awake, cells in our bodies produce the chemical adenosine and melatonin as a waste product which builds up in the brain and is known as sleep pressure. As the melatonin and adenosine build up in our minds, we go into a light doze, which makes breathing slower and our heart rate slowed down, as well as muscles relaxing, telling us we need to close our eyes and sleep to allow our bodies a chance to replenish and repair DNA. Lack of shut-eye can lead to hormonal imbalances and illness. Now let's talk about the different levels of shut-eye. There are many different levels that you go through in a night. In a night's sleep, one goes through a cycle of REM and non-REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. REM usually happens 90 minutes after falling asleep. During REM sleep, your eyes actually move quickly in different directions. That does not happen in non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep comes first when you're first falling asleep. Then it is followed by REM sleep. And then the cycle begins again. Each stage can last 5 to 15 minutes. First, you shut your eyes. It's quite easy to wake someone up in this part of their sleep. Then you go into a light sleep. Your heart rate slows down and your body temperature drops. Your body is getting ready for deep sleep. Then stage 3 comes and it's the deep sleep phase. It's harder to wake someone up during this phase, and if they did, you would probably feel disoriented for a few minutes. REM sleep is actually when your brain is most active, most commonly when you're dreaming. So, have I convinced you now to get more sleep? You know, when I was doing research for this video, it was a time in my life I wasn't sleeping a lot. But I did this video and I said, oh my god, like I actually need to be sleeping. It's really important. Because if you don't, you're gonna look crappy. So make sleep a priority, because if you do, you'll probably feel a lot better. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Cornelia Audrey, and that's all the time we have in this episode of FTD Facts. If you like our channel, please subscribe and like this video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time. I'm gonna go get some shut-eye now.